Right, Catflap Chats, we are back again. Visit catflapchats.com where you'll find our back catalogue, our merch and our partners. Excited for this one. We got former WBO, WBU World Cruiserweight European British champion Enzo Maccarinelli.
And Conwell.
Sorry. I fucking always mess these up at the beginning, man. It's a lot of pressure on, you know. Hey, delighted to have you here. What's news? What's going on? How's the world? What's life like at the moment?
It's pretty shitty at the moment, to be honest. I've just got to hospital. I'm not going to go into too much, but I'm on a mend. I'm in the house. I'm on a mend and started exercising again. Not much, but a little bit. Build my strength up. And that's about it, really. So,
since you finished boxing, then when was that now? Sort of 4 years ago, 5 years ago?
5 years ago.
Yeah, what have you been up to then? What's your people who don't follow you?
I've got an amateur gym. I've got an amateur boxing club. I always wanted to fight again. I got myself 3 times. I got myself in absolutely fantastic shape, ready to go again, and something seemed to crop up and put me back. And so obviously, someone upstairs is trying to tell me not to do it. So and this latest thing has happened. I probably will never fight again. But you know, I've got the amateur boxing club. I like training the boys. I've done that for about 20 years now. So I enjoy that side of things. Nothing like fighting himself, obviously. But you know, when I see these boys performing, you see these boys improving, it gives me a sort of purpose as well.
How hard is it? Because boxing is one of those sports where, especially at the moment, you know, Tyson's had a couple of comeback exhibitions, should we say, and there's talk about Oscar De La Hoya and Mayweather does it. And what is it about boxing where when it's finished, it's actually not finished, and there's always that temptation to come back?
It's all different reasons, and for me, it was like I had 49 fights. I wanted to finish on 50. I still thought I had a lot left. You know, I've been doing a lot of sparring. I've been doing a lot of training. My running times were as good as they've ever been. My punch-out pop was as good as they've ever been. Sparring, some of the boys I was sparring, it was just, considering I've been out for so long, the top-level boys, and it was just so easy for me. So I knew I had something left. So I just wanted that 50. Others, like Mayweather, it's just all about the money. He couldn't care less. Yeah. Tyson, probably just to get himself out of the rut he'd been in. You know, he was in fantastic shape when he boxed Roy Jones. So it's all different reasons why someone would want to do it again. It's a buzz, and it's hard to explain to someone that when you're in that ring and you get all the crowd chanting your name and the notoriety you get with fighting, you know, it's hard to find something else like that in life.
And so, like now, like, what are you, 41? I want to say, like, Roy, when you fought Roy Jones, what was he, 46?
Yeah.
And like, so if you are in fantastic nick, do you think you will do it, or do you think
I can't. This what's happened to me lately is just put an end to it. And to be honest, I was only going to fight if I was in great shape, and I was in great shape. And I think it's going to be hard for me to take, knowing full well how strong I was, how fit I was. But it's life. Points me dwelling on it. I've got other things to do. And as soon as I get a bit healthier, I'll be doing them.
And will you take, you know, when you've got the time to be able to look back now, and you said you're healthier, and I don't know, say like your mind's in a good place and you're happy and content with life, will you look back on your career fondly? Will you look back on it with, I don't know, not regrets as such, but just you achieved so much, but there was still a bit more to go?
Yeah, it was a few regrets. But, you know, overall, I'll have to look at it fondly. I didn't have a sort of, how do I put it, an exquisite amateur career. I didn't box all over the world. I was a good junior, but I couldn't get fights at youth to senior. I was knocking boys out. And, you know, generally my first knockout, I knocked a kid out when I was 13 years of age. And I mean, I knocked him spark cold. So I was banging them out from a young age. I knocked my first man out in the gym at 14. So I had a couple of years off. I come back. At the time, my dad put me in with the tops. My first fight in 2 years, put me with the top senior in Wales, the top heavyweight in Wales. No, none of this grow yourself up, feel your way back in. Just trying to get in. I knocked him out spark cold first round. I boxed him again, so he said it was a lucky shot. I sparked him again first round, and when I say out cold, they were worse than the Roy Jones ones. You know, he was actually sleeping. I went to North Wales. I boxed a boy in North Wales. I knocked him out. So I boxed a boy. He became a good friend of mine after he joined the club. Darren Morgan, 22 stone he was. I was only 13 stone 10. I knocked him out round. So I just didn't have the opportunities to go to the games. I didn't have an opportunity to sort of advance myself in the amateur game. So I actually turned professional at 18. So I turned professional, and there's a lot of naysayers. There was a lot of boys. Nah, you'll never do it. You haven't got enough experience. You can't just do it without all the experience. My dad said I'd do it. I thought I'd do it. People close to me, one of my old trainers, Derek Lewis, he thought I'd do it. One of my old trainers, Nigel Page, who passed away now, he said I'd do it. So I had belief from my team, I had a belief from my camp, and I had the belief in myself as well.
And as a youngster, I read somewhere that you enjoyed yourself, shall we say? So you had your group of mates, as we all do when we're 15 or 16. But then I suppose, I wasn't nowhere near a professional sportsman, or I definitely wasn't knocking boys out. Like, what was it about the lifestyle that you couldn't just, because some people are disciplined and they go the other way where they don't have any fun at all.
Yeah.
Like, how hard was it to find that balance for you as a young man growing up?
Well, I took 2 years off at 15. Like I said, I couldn't get fights. I was knocking boys out. No one wanted to fight me. So I went for 2 years solid. I think I went up to about 16 stone. Just drinking, bit of ganj, bit of the old reefers, watching films with the boys. But I was lucky there. All my friends, they were just into a bit of drink. They were into a bit of smoking, and I was about it. No one were into pinching cars or robbing.
No.
High level. So I was good. I was sort of grateful in that way. And don't get me wrong, I did enjoy myself. I was going to town at 15 years of age. I was getting into town. I knew most of the doormen. They all knew my brother, I knew my father. So it was like 15 years of age. So I would turn up in a queue and I'd be like, oh, fucking hell, you're too young, man. Get in. So it was like, I did enjoy myself. And when I come back a senior at 17, I still went out and enjoyed myself. And, but it wasn't so much. But I was doing it, and I turned pro. I'd have my first fight as a pro, and I think I earned 1,500 quid. And I took two boys, and we went on a piss for a week. We literally went on a piss for a week. They didn't spend a penny. 70 before I turned pro, I went to Benidorm for 2 weeks. Literally, fucking drunk solid for 2 weeks, just absolutely ridiculous. It was mad. We went there, and I was only 17, and I was going to all the pubs, and we were going on punch machines.
Yeah, I know.
Got all these big doormen, and they were smashing everyone at it and stuff like that. Then this I called chubby kid from Swansea. He came in, and he was. I was wrecking the scores by about 100, 200 at a time. So word got out then. It was this kid in Benidorm, he went in smashing one in. So you had like, it was fun. You got a lot, I can't go into too many stories out there, but we had, one night it was a couple of girls, and they were following us and they were talking to us. And my friend Leon, I only met him actually. He's sort of one of the boys I'm around with. I didn't really know him that well, but I've become a really good friend, best man in the end. And he's talking to these girls, so they say, no, who's that? He said, future world champion and stuff like that. And he said, what car does he drive? Girls at that age. And he said, he just bought a brand new Porsche. I think I had a fucking Saxo at the time. So he said, what? She said, who are you then? He said, I'm his manager.
Class.
I said, what car do you drive? He said, I just got the new SLK Mercedes and all this. So we had one boy, and he was with us, Cooney, and he liked a bit of sniff. And she said, who's he in? She said, that's his agent. She said, what car is he driving? He said, he just bought a brand new Ferrari. In his accent, he said, no, I haven't. I got a fucking Nova. So, yeah, like I said, I enjoyed myself, but I was lucky where it was just a better drink for me. It was just a better gang. You know, I enjoyed the smoke and stuff like that. But I was with it. I never got tempted. I never got tempted by anything else. I think when I was about 15, I tried Maggi's once, magic mushrooms. I spewed somewhere and I thought my lungs fucking come out of my mouth, so shit myself. So that's the last time I ever done stuff like that. So, but I was lucky that way. It was just a drink. It was just a bit of ganj, and I enjoyed my food as well.
So, like, what was it then as a youngster? Because you're obviously talented, and you're a tall lad, aren't you? So you 6'4" now, maybe, I don't know. Oh, there you are. So you're quite tall lad. Why is it that you weren't getting those opportunities at like a Wales level then, or
it was a mad thing. It was like a breakaway group. It was like the WABA and the WABF, I think it was, and I was part of the WABF. But in the WABF, we had me, we had Jamie Arthur, we had Bradley Price, we had Delroy Price, we had Gavin Rees, we had some top boys. But unfortunately, the only ones recognised were the WABA. So the WABF offered the WABA, let's have a box off and take a proper team of combined Welsh champions to the games. But they wouldn't have it. So out of the blue, I had a phone call then off a guy from Cardiff. They offered me to join another gym, still training with my dad, but offered me to join the WABA affiliated club, offered to pay me a weekly wage, offered to pay me decent money for a 17-year-old. Obviously, I was knocking everyone out, and it was sort of, people were starting to talk, but there's no way I was boxing for another club. I was with my dad from the start, and I was always going to finish with my dad as well.
Well, that's fair enough, mate. Well, talk me through your first few. Do you remember your first professional fight?
I remember all my fights, and I boxed. My first fight, I boxed in the Motorpoint Arena. It was on a matchroom show. I bumped into Tony Dodson. He was the last man to beat me in the amateurs. We had a bit of a tear up when we were 13 in the Britain. Nice to see him. And I boxed a boy called Paul Bonson. And Paul Bonson is one of the best journeymen. When I say journeyman, he doesn't win, but we can't stop him. We can't knock him out. And I buzzed him 3 or 4 times, but I couldn't get that second one on him. So that sort of introduced me to what the pro game is. My second fight then, I was with Mark Williams and up in Merthyr, and he looked like an Adonis god. He was chiseled, right? But I had such a fucking head on because I won my first fight by points. I hated it. I had to go knock him out. So we went out, we just swung, both of us swung for 35 seconds, and I knocked him out in 35 seconds. Went up to boxing Swansea, and I boxed a guy called Nigel Rafferty. Nigel Rafferty, again, top journeyman, very rarely gets stopped, really knows his way out to survive and stuff like that. I broke his ribs. I stopped him in 3. And I remember seeing him a few years back, and he said, Enzo. I said, yeah. And he said, don't remember me? And I said, yes, of course I do. He said, give me my fucking ribs back, he said. But then the next fight, that's the one that taught me. I boxed a boy called Lee Swaby. And at the time, he was probably too advanced for me at that time. I was still, even though I was as strong as I was, he's an ex-world champion kickboxer. He'd had loads of fights. I was having my 4th fight. I hadn't really fought many men. And I was going out. The week of the fight. There's a picture of me out the night before the fight. I wasn't drinking, but I was out. I wasn't drinking, but I was out. I did have one beer. I did have one beer, but I wouldn't drink it. I went in there. All the talk was all about me. All the excitement was all about me. And I went in there and I smashed fucking him for 2 rounds. Absolutely battered him, right? Literally tore him apart. Got off my chair in the 3rd round. I was fucked. I had nothing left whatsoever. He caught me with a shot, put me down, and lost the fight. And that was my first loss since 1993, and I was 2000, I think it was. So he taught me I can't fuck about. So I went home. I went back to the boys' house. I had a smoke. We watched Friday. And we watched a bit of Austin Powers. And just trying to keep me chilled. Good bunch of boys. And I just sat there, and I was sort of oblivious to everyone. Everyone was talking to me. I don't think I talked to anyone. I just sort of stuck myself mentally in a place where I just blanked everything out and just thought about that fight. Just thought, and I'd done that for a week. I wouldn't say I smoked for a week, but I wasn't far off. But it was just literally just wanted to reassess things and put things through my head. And I swore then I would never, ever come in like that sort of shape again. There's no way I could mess about and get away with it. So that was the beginning of me.
Did you when you were younger, like that age, did you take the losses hard, or was it just the frustration you've been so used to like battering people that you just hadn't done it? Like what was the mindset there?
No, it just, I look back and I looked at the reasons I lost more than anything. And
yeah, and they're in your control, I suppose.
Yeah, exactly. And it's sort of, if you're done everything right, and you lose the fight, there's not a lot you can do. You've lost to the better boy. Take your hat off to him, give him a round of applause, shake his hand. There's not much to do. But when you look back and you think, well, I done this wrong, I done that wrong. I'm out in town the fucking night before a fight. What's going on? What are you doing this shit like that for? So, it sort of taught me a lesson. I used it. I reevaluated myself, and I come back stronger.
Yeah, so it obviously wasn't long before you were picking up, I think it was the WBU, must have gone through the ranks, and WBU cruiserweight, and you obviously defended that, was it 6-7 times, I think. Were you with a stable there at that point?
Yeah, I was with Frank Warren.
Yeah.
When I won the WBU, I was a bit gutted, to be honest, when I look back at it, because the guy I fought, he was well advanced. For me, it was my 13th fight or 14th fight. He was a 3-time world title challenger, and he was the current British and Commonwealth champion.
Yeah.
So if the British and Commonwealth championship was on the line, I would have been the youngest winner of the cruiserweight title, and I would have been the winner with the least fights for the British and Commonwealth title. So when I look back, the guy's name was Bruce Scott. It was my first big fight. I remember I put this story on Twitter the other day. I remember putting the new gloves on, raised gloves. Never used them before, and they were horsehair gloves. You could feel your knuckle through the gloves. And I remember putting them on and patting myself in the chin. I remember thinking, fucking hell, I'm gonna smash this fucker with these on. And my brother pointed out to me, he said, that fucker's got M on as well, mate. Yeah. So we got in a fight, and I think I introduced myself to the world that night. I got put down in the first 30 seconds, and he hit me with a jumping left shot from back the side of the ear. I was all right, but it knocked me a a bit. Got back into the fight, wobbled him in the third, wobbled him early in the fourth, and I knocked him spark cold in the fourth round, and it was I think it was knockout of the year that year as well.
I love the fact that as you're going through this, your memory's so crisp. There's a lot of boxers, not necessarily the ones I've spoken to, but you see interviews and they have to take a minute and think about it because they're almost, I suppose, is it punch drunk? And they've taken a few knocks or whatever. Yours is there; it's right at the front of your mind.
I think a lot of the damage is done in the gyms. A lot of the damage in the gym, not so much now, but when I was younger, I used to go to the gym. I won't mention the gyms because I don't want to put that on them. But I used to go to the gym. I used to go to the gyms, and they used to smash fuck with each other. I mean, batter each other. And I remember at the time I'd go in and I was sparring these top pros, and it was easy for me. I was just clever enough to get around. I hit hard and I could control things. But we watch the lighter boys. Oh, and they punching lumps into each other. And at the time, I'm thinking, fucking hell, look at these going by here. I'm still my boxing. But looking back, there's a lot of damage, and there's a lot of the weight cutting in boxing. There's a lot of weight cutting in boxing. And, I've had to weight cut when I dropped on the light heavyweight. I had to weight cut, but I done it properly. I jumped on a scale. Everyone didn't think I'd make it. I done it comfortably. I was talking, I was laughing. I could string a sentence together. I've seen boys jump on a scale, they can barely stand, can't string a sentence together, and that's just depleted, and that's just you pulled all the fluid from your brain, and you're just doing yourself damage.
It's not healthy, is it? I think they must be a bit more strict around that now and how they do it. And
they don't know. There's loads of boys that do it. You can't get away with it. We've had you've had check weights brought in. Check weight is the way, I couldn't tell you exactly which way they do it, but they put into, you have to weigh like at the start of camps, when we have announced the fight, you weigh like 4 weeks later, 2 weeks later, a couple of days before the fight, and you have to be in a certain limit between each time. And I know a lot of boys actually dehydrate and starve themselves just to make the check weight. So that's not doing no good. And it's just a hard thing. I think the boxing board should bring something out where they educate people, because when I had to make light heavyweight, no one thought I could do it. And I done it all myself. I looked at Red Box. I read certain things, but certain prologues of different fighters of what they've done, and I really done it properly. And don't get me wrong, it wasn't like easy, but I done it as comfortable as you could possibly do.
Yeah. Did you, like, at that point, like where you said about like with one of the losses that you are probably more annoyed with yourself and like your own preparation and the way you controlled things, right? During the wins then, so when you've won the belt and you're defending it successfully, do you get carried away with the wins as well?
No, I get the win. I get the win. I know how to do a job. People in this boxing with different games. Some people are fame hungry. Some people love the attention. Some people love the money. Some people just love to fight, and that's what I did. I just loved to fight. I didn't care. I genuinely, I just wouldn't care if anyone knew me. I wouldn't care if anyone talked to me. I just didn't care. I just loved competing, and that was it for me. And I look at some fighters now, and they promote themselves so well, and that's how they get money. I never had to do anything like that. I didn't. Yeah. I'd be no good at stuff like that, and I just wanted to fight. I remember once we boxed. I think I boxed Bobby Gunn, and I remember I was with Enzo at the time, and we walked in, and Enzo said to me, he said, "Look now," he said, "go in there, be nasty, be aggressive, calling names." He said, "I can't do that." He said, "Why?" I said, "You haven't done nothing to me," and that was my way. That was my way. I just, if no one upset me, what's the point? I just wanted to fight. I just wanted to get in the ring. I just wanted to destroy someone. And it was mad, because if anyone actually watched me in the gym sparring, they'd see a totally different Gary, Terry. You'd see a totally different person. I'd be on my toes. I'd be slick. I'd be boxing and take no chances. But on fight night, it was like I'd see that red mist, and I just want to kill someone. Not kill someone, but I just want to knock someone out. Yeah. I know what you mean. I just wanted to entertain the crowd, and that was me. That's all I was. All I wanted to do was win, fight, and entertain.
Is it harder to learn when you are stopping people in like the first, second, third rounds because you're not going the distance? I read somewhere that you didn't go the distance till like later on in your career. Like, is it?
I didn't care.
No, just win to win.
I was in the gym. I was training hard. I do the rounds. Yeah. It was all this big thing about, can you go past 4 rounds? Can you do this? Can you do that? Of course I could. Of course I could. It's just, I remember doing an interview with BBC. Does it upset you that I'm going past 4 rounds? No. I said, anyone tells you they want to do the rounds is lying. Get them out there as quick as you can if you can. Get on with it. And that was my way. And Gary was the same, especially in an amateur. I think he had one of the best youth knockout records. Things like 20 odd on a trot. Yeah. You don't want to carry these boys, especially for a medal. Get rid of them.
I love that. That's class. Welcome. Talk to me about the WBO then, pal, because obviously you were supposed to fight, was it Johnny Nelson?
Yeah.
Obviously, he's on TV now and all that. So I didn't really know him as a fighter as such, more as a TV sort of pundit. Talk to me through that then, because you were interim champion, was that right?
Yeah, it was basically, there were rumours going around that Johnny was going to pull out. There was rumours he was going to retire soon. So Frank Warren matched me and a guy called Marcelo Dominguez. Marcelo Dominguez was #1 in the world at the time, and I think I was #2. So the top 2 boys. Yeah. So we got in Cardiff. And I remember it was during the World Cup 2006, and 10 weeks before we had like the press conference. Me, Danny Williams, Matt Skelton, Andy Khan, and Richard Maynard, Frank Warren's press guy. He turns up with all these England shirts with our names on the back, and I said to him, "What's that for?" He said, "Oh, you have to wear it." I said, "I'm fucking wearing that." I said, "I'm a Welsh boy fighting in my capital stadium, and he wanted to wear an England top with my name on the back."
No chance.
I said, "This fucker is an Argentinian. He'd have more support than me." He would. I said, "If you want to give me a top," I said, "give me an Italian top. Just give me an Italian top, name on the back, represent Italy." So we sorted all that. There was no way I was wearing the England top, no way whatsoever.
How much money would that have taken?
Nothing. Everyone's got. I used to watch wrestling. So DiBiase used to say, "Everyone's got a price." So they say, "Give me £1 million, I'll chuck an England top on, no problem at all." So we went to the fight. He had the reputation of one of the most hardest chins in world boxing, and he certainly did. I remember hitting him in the third round with a right hand, and it was the cleanest right hand I've ever thrown in my life, and it landed flush in his jaw. And he looked at me, and in his gravel voice, he went, "Good shot." I went, "Oh, fuck." First time in my life, I was lost for, not so much lost for words, but confidence just drained. I've never, ever, ever, ever hit someone and I had no reaction. And
I think the only...
And that fucker laughed at me.
The only time I think I've ever seen that properly is when Canelo clocked GGG with a hook.
It was cleaner than that.
He just goes, "Come on then."
Oh, cleaner than that. I actually caught him coming in as well, which doubles the force of the shot.
Yeah.
Good shot. Oh, fuck.
Fucking hell.
So I did end up knocking him out. I was the first man in history to knock him out, first man ever, and still to this day. But what a hard man. And as it happens, they should have given me the Italian top because Italy won the World Cup the next day.
Class, I remember that. That teed you up with a fight with David Hayden, did it? And obviously he has gone on to do whatever he's gone on to do, and he brought his own sort of, I don't know, not circus, because that's probably disrespectful, but like he knew how to hype a fight up as well, didn't he?
Yeah, and that to be honest, that and another fight is probably my biggest regrets. Yeah, not for the fight. I didn't have to take the fight. I could have had triple the money of what I had for the fight. I just wanted a fight. He was number one, like 2 or the other way around. Everyone wanted to see it. I said, "Yeah, come on in, let's fucking have it." And to be honest, the week before the fight, I was in the best shape of my life. As you would be. I weighed 14 stone 3¾ which is half a pound under the weight limit, so I was spot on.
Yeah.
Something happened. I went to London for a press conference on a Monday. For some reason, I come home on a train, which I shouldn't have. This is the fight week now. My kids are all ill in hospital. I caught a little bug off them. Just cut a long story short. I'm not using no excuses. Just cut a long story short. I weighed 14 stone 3¾ a Saturday before the fight. At the weigh-in, I weighed 13.10 with tracksuit bottoms on, pair of shoes, 2 phones in my pockets, 2 keys, and Frank Warren's wallet. And that's a couple of pounds. So I had no business being in that ring. I had no business fighting that night. I had not David A. I had no business fighting anyone. But no one made me fight. I went through with it. I should have pulled out. I didn't. But it was on my own, I'd say braveness, but it's not brave. It was stupid. It was actually I risked my life that night. I was just hoping someone was going to pull me out because I shouldn't have been there. And if Frank knew, Frank would have pulled me out. I 100% know that. But no one else pulled me out. And I've always said, would I have beat him on a different night? I'm not sure. I think he was that good. So I'm not saying I would have won if I was better. Would I had a much better chance? 1,000,000%. And I think that's the one that eats at me more. And he hit me in the first round with a cracking right hand, flush in the chin. Again, he puts everyone down with them shots. I just took it. Even his trainer said to me the next day, he said, "Never seen anyone take a shot like that." I was all right. Second round, I got off the stool, and I just had nothing left at all.
Yeah.
But like I said, Would I have won on a different night? I don't know. He was that good, so I can't really say.
He went on to unify the division then, didn't he?
That was the unified.
Oh, that was the final. Yeah.
Thanks for dropping that in, mate.
My point was going to be he was class. Like, so there's no shame.
There's no shame. There's no shame on losing. But what eats me is I can always say I lost to the better man on a night.
Yeah.
But I can't say I lost to the better man
overall, because who knows?
And that's the thing. And like I said, not saying I'd win on a different night. And he told me himself that he's never ever been as good as he was that night. Yeah, cheers, Dave.
Fuck's sake! Like, you got social media now, you're on Twitter and that. Like, do you see, or did you ever get? I suppose, you know, as you were coming through, social media was just kind of coming about at this time. But like, did you ever, or do you ever get like people? Oh, you were shit, and because you might have lost, say, that particular fight against David Hay, right? But what it takes to get there is unreal.
No, not a lot. You get one or two, but I deal with them well. And it's like if they got a fake profile and no profile picture, I'll just leave it. But if they got a picture and they're just trying to be an asshole and stuff like that, someone put something the other day, and I retweeted it. He just got bombarded by all my followers. He ended up cancelling his account, because that's what they do. They give shit to people, don't expect it back. Do you know what I mean? And it was one guy the other day. Someone said to him, "Oh, I bet he wouldn't say it to Enzo's face." He said, "Yeah." I go right up and say it's right in his face. And I said, "Yeah, you do that, and I'll break your fucking jaw." Do you know what I mean? If you come in my space, if you threaten me, I'm not a fighter. I don't go looking for fights. I never will, never have. I'd walk away before, because I know what I can do to people.
Yeah.
But you come in my space and you make me feel threatened, I'll break your fucking jaw.
It is right though. Like, more people need a clip, because
it's absolutely ridiculous. It was like it's just no discipline anymore. My boy was playing up in school, and a teacher phoned me. She said, "Oh, I do apologise. I raised my voice to him." Raise your voice. Fucking give him a slap.
Yeah.
I'd rather slap on the back of the head. And then I'd have had it when I got home as well.
Yeah, same. I would have as well, 100%. It's a different world we live in now, isn't it? Like, everyone's behind the keyboard.
Oh, I go on Twitter sometimes, and the amount of jealousy I see towards certain people, people who are trying to do the best for themselves, trying to be a better version of themselves, trying to promote themselves. The amount of jealousy I see is absolutely ridiculous. I'm always commenting on it, because I just think it's fucking ridiculous. You know, why are you upset with someone trying to go out to better their lives?
No, I agree with you, pal. It's fucking stupid, and we all need to be a bit kinder. I think.
It's not so much being kinder. I've just got to appreciate what someone's doing, and you know, if someone's going out there and working hard and trying to promote themselves, and they're trying to just get a better life for themselves, why have you got to be a naysayer? Why have you got to put them down? Why have you got to, if you want to do better, get off your ass and go do something?
Yeah, I was going to say then, like, putting someone down to make yourself look bigger doesn't actually make yourself look bigger at all. And by clapping,
in their own mind they do. And
that's probably. And like, by clapping someone else doesn't mean that you're not doing as well as them. You're just appreciating what they're up to. So I completely agree with you on that, pal.
Yeah, you know, look at fighters, look at football teams. Everyone's got their favourite. It's like, how would I put Prince Nassim Ahmed? You know, he was my favourite fighter. He was my favourite fighter. I didn't like the bravado. I didn't like the thing. But fuck me, I admired what he could do. Yeah. You know, he was brilliant what he could do. He didn't get there. He didn't get there by doing nothing. He actually got there by working hard. So you can't begrudge it. I didn't like him for beating Steve Robinson and stuff like that. But I could not appreciate what he could do. Yeah.
It's the ones for me that where you look at Daniel Dubois a couple of months ago, where he broke his eye socket or whatever, or I don't know, AJ losing to Usyk the other month, right? And people are just like, "Oh, he's fucking shit," and I'm like, AJ, like what he's done for heavyweight boxing, for British boxing, is unbelievable.
Mate, I go more to the Dubois thing, right? Yeah, so I went into a fight, my eye was closed. One game, me pulling out. Gary had to pull me out in the end. I was even pleading with Gary, give me another round. But I look at Dubois, he's young, he was getting an absolute pounding, and no one knows the pain he was in. If he'd have gone down to take a knee because things had got too hard for him, he'd never recover. He'd never come back from that. But if he'd gone down and taken a knee because he's in so much pain, he feared for his health, and he took a knee, he fight another day, he absolutely done the right thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, it's been a couple of cases. Ebony Bridges, she fought Shannon Courtney, her eye popped up in the third round. Yeah. No quitting the girl. She carried on. She carried on to the rest of the fight. No quit. But I was the same. But what? You've done no opinion. Kell Brook, he had a broken orbital bone. Fucking hell. All these fucking fat lumps sitting on a settee, fucking too afraid to fight and stuff like that. I wouldn't catch me quitting. He wouldn't get in the fucking ring.
That's the thing. That's
honestly,
the thing.
You know, people say, oh, I'd go with Tyson for £1 million. You wouldn't. He wouldn't physically be able to leave the changing room. I'm telling you now, your ass would go. He wouldn't physically be able to leave the changing room. And to sit there,
I agree.
Slag people off for giving up in a fight. Look, no fighter wants to quit. But if you're smart, if you're in pain, you fear through health, I think it's acceptable. Whether I would do it, I don't know. I would never been that thing. I've had a broken rib, I've had a broken nose, never looked at quitting. But with an eye socket, with a nerve damage, you don't know the pain they're in. So I think Dubois done the right thing. I think Kell Brook done the right thing. I think Billy Joe Saunders done the right thing. You know, at the end of the day, it's your health at the end of the day.
That's the thing. Like I've never boxed at your level at all. I've had a couple of like white collars and like, but even just to get in that level, right, which is obviously no level at all, to get in the ring, anyone who does it for me is like got heart of fucking gold.
I was just about to say, right, when you see white collars, as long as it match well, it's good.
Yeah.
People don't realise the amount of nerves that you would have to go through to get in that ring at night. Whether it's white collar, first amateur fight, professional.
Mate, it's brutal.
Oh, mate. Even me as a pro, the amount of times I walked to the ring, right, when I was suffering with something, and the amount of times I walked the ring, I remember thinking, fuck, I'm not doing this again. And then I go out and I knock a boy out for 30 seconds. Oh, fucking brilliant. I can't wait.
Yeah. It's addictive though, isn't it? Like I was training a bit with Gary and I was training a bit with Darren Wilson up in his gym. And so like all of a sudden you start picking up a few things, and like the first fight I had, I was probably the size I am now. I was massively overweight, but I loved it. And I played up to the crowd, the music's going, 500 people there, fucking Mikey. And I'm like, come on, fuck. And then the bell went, I was like, oh my God, where's my legs?
Oh,
like,
yeah, ridiculous, isn't it?
There's only 3 rounds. It was fine, right?
I got a boy in a boxing, Richie. He's 6'4", 18 stone, right? Good looking kid. He can fight, right? Fucking hell. He's scared of his own shadow. He got a brilliant record, right? But he got nerves and scared of his own shadow. I remember his first fight years ago. And he walked out of the change room. I said, you all right, Rich? He said, well, to be honest, Enzo, I feel faint. and that's the thing. You know, people don't realise, and you know, who sit there, who slag a fighter off, who slag a boxer, who slag a trainer off, and who don't know what he's fucking doing himself.
Nah, it's mental. Again, like boxing, like you learn so much so quickly. It's like the second fight that I did, I didn't play up to the crowd. I was just chilled all day, no nervous energy, because I'd done it. And once I'd done it, then I knew roughly what was coming, and I enjoyed it far more because I wasn't all over the shop, and I wasn't as scared. I was still nervous and I was still scared, but not like it wasn't the unknown anymore.
Yeah.
And I suppose that's the learning process you go through. I'd sparred more, I'd trained harder, I'd lost 10K. I'd done all these things that were in my control.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, if you're a white collar and you're training with Gary Lockett or you're training with Darren Wilson or whatever, you got to start, you got a head start there straight away because they're fucking class.
Well, I always give Gary a bit of grief on Twitter about being a miserable bastard, right? But he's actually not. He's one of the funniest boys. He's one of my closest friends in boxing. He's top boy.
He's clear. I love him. He's done this twice now, the pod. Like, I love him. He was at UFitC coaching there before his Llanrumney gym.
Right.
So I got to know him there, and like you'd have Chris Rockin and all that would come in, and it was good. And Liam was with him at the time as well. So they had a good group of boys down there.
It was on the UFit.
In UFit, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I used to train with him as well.
Yeah, class. Yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it.
I was a prima donna. I'd only want to train at certain times.
Hey, you learned it. You've done what you want.
Back off. I'd never be like
that. He wouldn't let you either, would he?
Would he fuck?
I like him. He is a good bloke. Talk to me about going up to heavyweight then, because you were struggling for fights. I think I read after the David Hay fight and went up to heavyweight. And
no, I didn't go up to heavyweight. I was supposed to fight a guy called Jonathan Banks. Jonathan was an ex-world champion himself. He was going to fight for the WBO title. He pulled out on the Sunday before the fight. Yeah. So then they phoned some in Colombian to come in. He failed the medical, blood pressure or something like that, but he just got off a fucking 20-hour flight.
Not surprised, like.
Exactly. So they ended up, it was a guy in about Matthew Ellis, a heavyweight. He was thought of as big thing when he was younger. And they said, would you fight him? And I think he was about 15.5 stone. I think I was only about 13.10, 13.11.
Yeah.
Well, 13.11 I actually weighed, to be honest. And I said, yeah, I'll fight him. They said, look, we won't change your money. We'll have exactly the same as what you've done. And I said, yeah, fucking right. So I went in there, I had a bit of a nasty attitude. I think I broke both sides of his ribs, I think.
Oh, fucking hell, pal.
Because it was a funny story. And after the fight, his trainer, Carl Enzo, who ended up training me later on, he gave Matthew shit in the change room. You fucking asshole, he said. I told you, fucking tuck those elbows in, tuck those fucking elbows in. He's going to hit the body. He's chucking stuff around the room. And there was a guy in the training room called Frank Black. Frank Black, good cutsman. So if Carl's gone out the room now, slammed the door, fucking kicked the table over. And he said, oh, Frank, he said, I know he told me to tuck my elbows in. He said, but if I did, he said, he'd have hit me in the head. He said, the cunt would have given me brain damage, he said.
Can you still bang like that now?
Yeah. I was 4 months ago, I was in the fittest, strongest shape of my life. Class. I wouldn't say the fittest, because I was really fit when I was younger, but was I as good as when I was in my prime? I don't know, but fuck me, I was strong. I was hitting hard, I was sharp, but COVID hits, does something to me, and I'm fucked. But I'll be back. I'll be strong, as long as I'm healthy again. I don't care.
Are you one of those guys that like will look for like a new challenge now, whether it's physical or whatever, not necessarily boxing, but could be?
Oh yeah, I got to.
Yeah.
I might go back to jiu-jitsu. I used to love jiu-jitsu.
Okay.
I was contemplating making a switch when I was young, even when I was world champion. When I won my world title, the next day I went to watch the boys in Bristol with a jiu-jitsu tournament. So I went there and he said, oh, do you fancy having a go? I went, me being big, yeah, go on then. So when the boys come out, he brought me a gi. He said, go on then, he signed you up. So it was a couple of boys in our weights, in my weight in the group. So I had to go in the weight above. So I was only like fucking 88 kilos. I was in the 96 plus kilo category. And I went in there, and I didn't have a fucking clue what I was doing. I hadn't been there long, but I was strong, I was fit. But in the club, we always starting on knees. But on the tournaments, you're starting your feet. I didn't have a fucking clue. So this guy's trying to grab me, trying to swing me down. Couldn't get me, my balance is too good. I'm trying to get in, but I haven't got a clue what I'm doing. So about 30 seconds left to go in a 5-minute fight. The ref comes in, he said, boys, do me a favour, do some work, is it? I go, fuck it. So I grabbed him, and I don't know if you know much about jiu-jitsu, but I grabbed him, and I pulled his head between my arms, and it's called the guillotine. Now, as I got on, I knew I should have jumped up, pulled guard, and relaxed. So I've got a 98 kilo boy, or 97 kilo boy, feet hanging off the floor, And
Bucket like that.
Pulling on his neck,
Yeah.
but I can't get him properly, too heavy, right? So I'm trying that, and my arm gasses. So I drops him like that, and as I drop him, I remember him stepping back and going, and I thought, oh. So I run at him, grabbed his legs, picked him up in the air, smashed him on his back, jumped all over him. The ref called time, and I won by a point or something. But I won the next fight, and then I was in the semis, I think. They're the quarters of the semis, and I had this boy, and I was all over it. I was 30 seconds left to go. I push my hand down. He sweeps me, turns me. He scores the points, puts a gi around my neck, puts the gi right across my neck. I drop my chin, so the gi's across my chin, and it feels like my teeth are coming out. Right?
Fuck.
But if it was on the neck, don't get me wrong, I'd be fucking tapping, no problem at all. But it was on my thing, so it was a bit of pain, but I could feel my teeth come out. And I remember he's on my hand, you won't fucking tap me. So he won the fight. Don't get me wrong, if it was on my neck, I would have no problem at all.
Game over.
Bit of pain. I was like, I could take that. So that was my first and only jiu-jitsu comp. Day after. It wasn't when I won the world title, it was the day after I defended it against Wayne Braithwaite.
Yeah, that's wild, mind. Fucking not many champs are doing that.
I just loved that. I just loved competing. I loved going brilliant sport.
Yeah.
I'm a massive UFC fan. I'm a massive, not UFC fan. I'm a massive MMA fan. I think there's Cage Warriors on tomorrow. I think. Orban Elliott's on. Good kid. So I try and watch as much as I can.
Class, I love that, mate. Talk to me about you were on a few American undercards, and was it the Lebedev fight, however you say that? And
that's the one with I regret the most.
Is it?
I was up with Carl Ince, who's a good trainer, by the way. He's a really good trainer, but he's not for me. He wasn't for me at that time.
Yeah.
He was trying to get me to calm down, trying to get me to relax. Just didn't suit me. I knew it didn't suit me. I remember we sparring once. I sparred a cruiserweight, heavyweight from Ireland, Southport. There was a Southport. And we done 6 rounds. And I come back in the corner and Carl went, oh, brilliant. He said, he boxing smart. And I went, yeah. He said, what's the matter with you? And he had this thing in him, Carl. He said, what's the matter with you? I said, well, I'm not actually hitting him. He said, he's not hitting you. And he wanted to work on my defence and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So he said, do it your way in for a round. So I done it my way. I dropped him 3 times. I come back with a big fucking smile on. So, but in the fight, it was like, I hit him in the first. I was in the changing room. They brought this PT instructor, not PT instructor, personal trainer, he's into strength conditioning and mindset and all that. Me, normally, put the gloves on, get the wraps on, put the gloves on, start punching walls. That's my way. No, I'm not smashing the walls, but I'm punching them and getting them going. That's my way. They had me on the floor, fucking stretching, listening. Look, it works for some people. Younger. Carl went above and beyond to do everything right for me. Yeah. I'll always tell him that, but it just didn't work for me. It wasn't for me.
You're 10 years into being a pro then, didn't you?
Yeah, and it just won my mindset. My mindset was I want to fight. And I remember hitting him in the first round with the left up the body, and he went, ugh, and I heard the noise. Now you hear that noise, that's it, it's over. I was going for the kill. I stepped back, I went for a walk, like they wanted me to. I was just confused. And that, like I said, that and the hay fight are probably the two most that I regret.
Can you speak to, after that fight then, where he's won, you've tried following your coach's tactics, but they just haven't worked for you or whatever, what's the relationship like after that? Because I can imagine a bit of frictional.
I had total respect for Carl. He's a top man. Again, people blame the trainers, people blame things that go wrong. I blame myself. I should have put a stop to it. Should have put a stop to it straight away. I remember I boxed over Mackenzie the second time. And everyone's. I stopped too early against him the first time. Then I boxed a boy called Carl Wild, which I was fucking awful. I still won, but I was awful. But I wasn't motivated. I needed something. And no men wanted to put me back in with Mackenzie. And I said, look, you give me Mackenzie and I'd be up for it. So they find the Mackenzie. And first day we trained with Gary, he had the plan. He had his plan, he wanted the plan to do. He knew I could pull the plan off. He had good faith in me, Gary. And I done it the next day, and I done it the next day. And on the third day, I said, I can't box like that. He said, what do you mean? He said, it's perfect. I said, I can't do it. I said, I don't want to. I said, I want to fucking meet him head on. He said, he's too strong. I was getting on in my career and stuff like that. I had some heavy fights. And I said, look, he won't be as strong as me. He's not going to fucking outfight me. I'm going to meet him head on and we're going to have a fucking war. So Gary went, fucking do it your way, he said. He said, we'll do it your way, but we'll do it my way. So, and I understood exactly what he meant. So he got a plan then of what I wanted in his way. Yeah. So that's what makes Gary a good trainer. He knew I would be uncomfortable trying to box. Even though I could do it in the gym, on fight night, I just wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. I just lose everything. I just lose all thought process of what I'm supposed to be doing. I'd be like a fucking boy having his first fight. I just lose everything I learned. So we just worked on what I'm good at with a little modified Gary Lockett.
I love it. That's class. Talk to me about, you went up to light heavyweight, won one or two, or you won a couple, and then you were saying that you wanted to fight Clev, but it just never came off in the end.
They offered him. They made him an offer. He turned it down, and that's all it was. I went to light heavyweight. I beat over Mackenzie, knocked him out. I went over to Germany, fight for the world title. My eye popped up, so they had to pull me out on that. But yeah, it would have been with Clev. It was a fact. I remember when I come down to light heavyweight, I seen him at a boxing show. Yeah. And I walked up to him and I said, we were friends. And I said, Nath, I'm coming to light heavyweight, do my own thing. I said, I'm not after you. I don't want to fight you. You never know, in a couple of years we could fight. We'll make a lot of money. Shake hands before, shake hands after. He went, yeah. Shook hands. Next thing, him and his father, he'd fucking smash Enzo. He'd knock Enzo's father. So that fucking ate me then. So every interview I done then was like, I can't wait to smash his fucking face in. that was me, and that was where I was. And but he made an offer. He turned it down for something else. I don't know what he's doing now. I heard he's got some problems mentally. I don't know. I'll be honest. For a couple of years, I don't like the kid. I can't stand him. I'm one of them. Someone sort of annoys me, upsets me. I set for life for me. I'm happy. You upset a friend who has gone. But I don't wish nothing bad in him whatsoever. No. Especially the mental side of things. Yeah.
No, it would have been good because you've got, like, through the last sort of 10, 15 years or whatever that you were boxing, you had you Clev, obviously Calzaghe and Enzo, and like there was a good feeling about Welsh boxing, wasn't there? And to have an all Welsh, whether it be a title fight or just a good Welsh fight, would have been class in Principality or in.
It'd have been amazing. It'd have been better off. I think it would have sold more in Swansea. It would have got the Liberty. It's all for me. Swansea, Cardiff is like, whenever I fight, I always get good praise of Cardiff boys. When I fight in Waterpoint Arena, it's different. I'm Welsh. I'm not Swansea. I'm not Cardiff. I'm Welsh. Like, I think if it was me against him, Swansea versus Cardiff would have probably come into play. But I probably got just as many Cardiff fans as he's got. He's got no Swansea fans. Trust me on that one.
Love that. Talk to me about Roy Jones Jr. then, and then you.
What do you want to know? What do you want to know? You're trying to get at the after party, right?
No. Right, I'll tell you what I know, which is fuck all.
You tell me what Gary's fucking told him.
No, he didn't. That's the thing. Right, okay. Gary was on here, and he said something about Moscow, Enzo's fight. He said, I won't go into too much detail. That's his story to tell. If he ever tells it, it's up to you. But it was a laugh. So you got Roy Jones Jr., obviously legend of boxing, but he's 40 odd, mid 40s at the time. You two are fighting. That is literally all I know. And if you don't want to say it, don't bother me.
I'll tell you something. I tell you, fellas.
He just,
it all started. It was in October. I had a phone call. Enzo, would you be interested in fighting Roy Jones? Fucking right. At the time, I hadn't boxed cruiserweight for a long time. He was on a 7-8 fight winning streak. Flew me out to Russia a week later, do the press conference. Goes in. It was mad because the time. It's not much of a time delay. I think 3 hours or something like that.
Yeah.
The times of the flights we had and stuff like that were just mad. They were just mad, which really worked. So I ended up going to Russia. I had 2 hours sleep. So I'm at a press conference and 2 hours sleep now. I look drunk. And somebody even commented, fucking Enzo's drunk. He shouldn't be drunk. And I was just sleep deprivated.
Yeah.
So we had to go to the arena then. And I'm fucked. I'm knackered. So I'm at the arena. I'm waiting outside the hotel now for the arena. And they picked Roy Jones up in a Rolls Royce. Right? Legend. Right? Picks up in a Rolls Royce. I'm waiting for my car. Then he picked me up in a fucking 3-wheeler, didn't he? I swear, right? So they take us to the arena. No one's interested in me. All about him. I don't care. I didn't give a shit. None of that. Like when done the press conference, come back, done like a little video shoot. Ended up coming home the same day. So I literally spent 6-hour flight. Guess to Russia, 6-hour flight home in a day. So we goes out there. December the what did I fight? December the 12th. So probably a week before. So probably the Monday. He wanted me on a Saturday, and I couldn't go on a Saturday or something, so I flew out on a Monday. Then we had a crash on the motorway, so we were late. Gary couldn't come, so I took Alex Hughes with me. He come as my pad man, which he loved. Guess out to Russia. Met Roy Jones, met the thing, done a little talk. Quiet as I usually am. Everyone's there. I'm there for Roy to get knocked out. I'm there for Roy to knock me out. That's
yeah.
A good name. He's probably juiced up to the max. He's on a winning streak. I haven't watched cruiserweight for years. He's gonna knock me out in Russia. He's gonna go on to better things. Yes, to the public workout, and when I hit the pads, I sound different to anyone else. You can hear my shots.
Just the power, bang.
Yeah, just the crispness and the power.
Yeah.
And I remember Alex, and the first time I've been on a pads, Alex, but we went in the gym the day before just to try each other out, so we didn't cock up and look fucking stupid. So I went in there and we went to this big boxing gym. It was a boxing ring in a fitness studio. Loads of people around talking, and I met in the pads. And when I met in the pads now, I turn around at the end of the round and I see their faces, and it's like, oh fuck, we've cocked up here. We've cocked up. So I guess out of the ring, I give these couple of Russians my tops, my t-shirts and stuff like that, and they cry in. They got nothing out there, right? So they cry in and stuff like that. And it's just something I would do. Guess the weigh-in. Guess the weigh-in, and go to see a doctor as well. So the doctor, the British Boxing Road Control doctor, is very stringent. Check everything, they make sure everything's right. Even if it's like the night before the fight, just check your pulse, check your heart, check your check your hands, check your jaw. So just give it a little thorough check over. I sat down in this Russian office now, and the Russian, he spoke English. He said, "Hello, Mr. Maccarinelli." I went, "Yeah." He said, "You good?" I went, "Yeah, good." He said, "Good luck for tomorrow." That was it. He said, "You good?" I said, "I'm good." He said, "Good luck tomorrow." And that was it. So we guess there now, and they had Michael Buffer.
Yeah.
They got the Russian Michael Buffer, and me and Alex Hughes were hysterical, absolutely hysterical. And he's me and Alex just copying him all night. So he gets in the scale, he weighs in, and I shake his hand, and he tries to pull me towards him, and as he pulls me towards him, I pull him towards me. I'm physically very strong, so I pull him towards me, and I said, "It's an honour to fight you tomorrow." I said, "You're one of the greatest ever." I said, "But you've made a big mistake." I said, "You're getting knocked out tomorrow." And he went, No. I said, "You'll get knocked out tomorrow." So we guessed the fight. The boys went before me. They picked me up later, and they'd taken me all these back roads. And honest to God, I remember thinking, fuck, they're going to pull me over here somewhere now. I was shitting myself, right? I was on my own. guess the arena. Guess in the arena we had all bottles of water in the arena in the place, but all the tops were open, so there's no way I was touching them. So Gary had his own water, so we had our own water, and it was. They said, right, Enzo, you're next. So it comes out. It's in an ice arena. So you're in the ice arena. It's fucking freezing. And I had to wait half hour before they let me in the ring. But they made me wait in the corridor. So we're in the corridor. I didn't mind it, punching the walls, keeping warm and stuff like that. Guess the ring, they played God Save the Queen for me. I'm like, the fuck's they playing this for? No, it's not my anthem. I got nothing against the Queen. It's not my anthem.
Yeah, cool.
We get a ring. Cut long story short, I knock him out. He hits the deck. Place goes silent. Place goes completely silent. And I'm in the corner and I'd gone down, I'd done a sign across. I didn't want to hurt him because he looked in a bad way. And as I'm there watching and now making sure he's all right, I'm on my knees. I see a hand. Have you ever seen the film Bloodsport?
Yeah, Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah, you know when he comes, the sweeper sweeping around and he sees that gold top.
Yeah.
And he takes the gold top. So I'm sitting there now and I see this hand coming into the ring and I see it grab something off the floor and it's grabbed Roy Jones's gum shield. So I looked like that. It's fucking Alex Hughes. He's robbed his gum shield. So we get to the fight.
Has he still got it?
Yeah. We go to the changing room after. And there's a kid in it. And he's filming with these big cameras. These bikers come in. They come in, they fucking chuck this kid against the wall. They go, come with us now. Yeah, no, you come with us now. So I won't go into too much detail, but dragging us on the corridor. I'm asking the guy, he said, what's this for? He said, I don't know. He said, what's this for? I don't know. I'm looking at the guy in case he puts his hand in his pocket to grab a gun or something like that. And he grabs a gun, I'm going to bang this cunt and run. Yeah. Where am I going to run to? I don't know. Right? Yeah,
fucking hell.
But I'm going down swinging.
Yeah.
So get in the changing room, get Roy Jones changing room. I go over to see Roy, see how he is, stuff like that. And Francis Warren is with me, Frank's son. And he was, they were arguing in the corner. So I'm looking, I'm talking to Roy, but I'm trying to look what's going on. And cut a long story short, the promoter was so confident of me losing, of me getting knocked out. He told this gang that I'm taking a dive. Dive. So Francis Warren sorted all that out. He just said, fucking hell, did I look like a man who was supposed to take a dive? He said he battered him from the first second. He said, don't think we're going to come over here to take a dive and do stuff like that. So he got us out there. So he gets back to the hotel. And as we back to the hotel, all the boys thought, fuck this Russian promoter now. We're going to just put everything on his bill in the hotel. So I'm thinking about it now. I'm thinking, if they come back now, I want to be ready to run. Right? So I had 1 pint, 1 beer. That's all I had, right?
Yeah.
So Alex Hughes and Zach Davis. Liam didn't have one because Liam was fighting. But Alex, he's fucking drinking champagne. And I'm talking to Gary now. I said, you better watch it now. He's in hammered. Yeah. So he carries on drinking that and cheesecake. And we were supposed to leave. We were supposed to go 5 o'clock in the afternoon for the flight. But we ended up going 5 o'clock in the morning. They changed the flights for the morning. So we're in the car. We're in the limo now, going to the thing. This is where it starts getting funny. So we're in the limo now. And this driver, he's flying. He's fucking taking corners and stuff like that. So next thing, behind me, it's me in the front. Behind me is Alex Hughes, Zach. Behind them is Liam, Francis, and Gary. Yeah. So next thing, we pull around this corner. As we pull around this corner, all you can hear in the back was,
oh, fucking hell.
Next thing you hear is Zach Davis. Oh, Alex, my jeans. Right? So I turned around, I was going, Alex, fucking hell, boy. I said, spew in this. So I give him a bag to spew into.
Yeah.
Thank you, Enzo. So he spewed in a bag. He fucking chucks a bag behind him, the twat. Right?
Oh, fuck.
Everywhere. We guess we pull in the airport, right? And it was that much sick, right? You could hear it swishing across the floor. So we get out of the car and it's on the fucking roof. It's on the, it's everywhere, right? I don't know what he was doing, right? But it's everywhere. So we get out, he spewed on, they're taking the bags out. He spewed on Gary's bag, he spewed on Liam's bag. And we got Francis Warren, and boys, he's only young, he'll learn. Next thing they pull that Francis bag out with all his fucking suits and stuff. I'm gonna fucking kill him, he said. To Francis. I said, he may be pissed. I said, we still fucking do it. Right? So we goes into Moscow airport. And as we're in Moscow airport, I said to Alex, they're not gonna let him on a plane, boy. I said, covered in sick. Oh, what should I do, Enzo? What should I do? I said, well, see that big pillar over there, no fucking massive pillar. I said, go behind there, open your case, get some stuff out and just fucking change behind there. Oh, all right, Enzo, all right. So I turn and talk to Gary. So as I turn my head back now, Alex hadn't taken one bit of fucking advice I told him. He's in the middle of Moscow airport in a pair of Batman boxer shorts, getting changed. Right, and I'm going to tell you a Batman boxer shorts because I said to him, you childish cunt. But it was just mad. We're going through customs. They opened Gary's bag. Right, and they pulled out a pair of scissors, and they were gonna do him for it.
Yeah.
So they were gonna do him for it because he didn't know what he was. Didn't know he was there.
Yeah.
They just pulled out the scissors. So as he pulled out like that, she's looking at the guy like that. She's going, the smell of sick all over his back. Yeah. She chucked the scissors back in the bag. She said, go ahead, go on. Go through customs. Oh, crazy it was.
Like something out of is it Snatch where he's supposed to take the dive and he just knocks them clean out?
Well, we're there. We're going through customs, get through customs, and Francis has a phone call of the head of this gang, and his name's the surgeon. I didn't ask why he called him the surgeon.
Fuck, you don't want to know why.
So he's talking to Francis now, and he's saying, "Oh look, never mind what happened. We'd love Enzo to come back again. Pay him exactly the same money. The Russian public loved him. We paid again." So Francis Warren got pound signs in his eyes. He's looking at me like that now, and I'm like that. Twice I went to Russia. Twice I knocked out the star. There's no chance I'm coming back a third time. And a few weeks after that, Francis phoned me, and they offered me and him to go to an MMA tournament out there.
Yeah.
I said, "Got no chance."
Nah.
No chance. So that's Russia.
Fucking class. I've never been, but I don't think I'll ever go either.
No,
that is fucking wild.
Yeah.
I love that, mate. Hey, what's the future for you then, pal? I know you've got to get fit, get healthy, and you've got the gym. What else is coming up?
Just that, mate. I want to get into pro training, and I want to help Gary. I just want to do different things in my life, and just make it as good as possible. I put all my effort in to become a world champion. I've done that. I'd love a world champion boxer, so I put all my effort into that.
Love it, pal. Class. That was fucking brilliant, mate. Thank you so much for coming on.
I definitely the best you've had on, you know.
Oh, mate, funny as fuck, to be fair. I love it you don't care about, like, some people, even if they finish, they still, like, processing what they say, so it's, like, almost a bit media. You're just fucking straight down the line, boy.
It's got to be.
I love it. Class. Thank you so much, mate.